how to carry out the easy SNB strategy. Now this strategy, this is the least profitable strategy that I currently have listed on the website. It is only to be used for level 3 events. Remember from the chart that I sent to you guys, level 3 events are the least powerful events to trade. So those events, this is the strategy that you'll be using for those. Now without wasting any more time, let's get started. Alright, so in this video I'm going to be assuming we're trading an event in Europe. So I'm going to select this pair Euro USD. Then I'm going to go new order. Then for the easy SNB strategy, we don't use instant execution or market execution. What we do is we're going to focus on buy stops and sell stops. Like I said, these are orders that tell your broker to execute trades for you in the future. So it's only after price has moved. For a buy stop, you're telling your broker to execute a trade for you after price has gone up from its previous position. Then a sell stop is the opposite. It tells your broker to execute a trade for you after price has gone below its previous position, and so on. So I'm first going to start by selecting buy stop. That's what we're going to start with. Then for a buy stop, we'll first have to calculate the lot size here. Now to calculate the lot size, we're going to use the app called Forex calculator. So I'm just quickly going to switch to the Forex calculator. Then we're going to calculate the lot size. Now we're assuming our account balance is $50. $50 is what we had deposited in our trading account. That's what we want to trade with. Now we're going to select margin. Then on account currency, we're going to stick with USD. Then the pair that we're trading is going to be Euro USD because we're assuming we're trading a pair in Europe. The leverage is going to be 1 to 1,000 depending on our account's leverage. So if you're using Hotforex traders way, we're going to select 1 to 1,000. For using FBS, we're going to select 1 to 3,000. But for this video, I'm going to be assuming we're trading with Hotforex. Now our goal with this application is to match the required margin with our account balance. So our required margin should be $50. Now position size here, we're supposed to enter lot sizes in the form of units. Like I said in my previous videos, one standard lot is equivalent to 100,000 units. That's the base. So we're going to start with the base here. So here on position size, we're going to enter 100,000. Then we're going to click calculate here. Then like I said, our goal is to match the required margin with our account's balance. So here, the position size of 100,000 units gives us a required margin of 112. Now 112 is obviously greater than $50, so we're going to try and divide the 100,000 by 2. So we're going to try 50,000. Then click calculate. Okay, and that gives us $56. Now, don't worry about the decimal places. As long as the digits before the decimal places are equivalent to account balance, you will be okay. So as you can see, it gives us $56. Now, 56 is obviously still greater than $50. So we'll continue reducing. This is like a trial and error thing. So I'm going to try 45,000. Then click on calculate. 45,000 gives us exactly $50 here. Like I said, ignore the decimal places. As long as the digits here give you the same amount as your account balance, it's okay. Now our position size is 45,000 units. Now we need to convert this to lot sizes. What we're going to do is we're going to say one lot is equivalent to 100,000 x lots is equivalent to 45,000. Then we're going to cross multiply and find x. After we do our mathematics, x is going to be 0.45 lots. That's the lot size that we're going to get. 0.45 lots. Now, because of the stop out level, this isn't going to be accepted. So we have to use a portion of this. For a leverage of 1 to 1,000, we're going to use 60% of the lot size that we've calculated. Then for a leverage of 1 to 3,000, for people who use FBS, we're going to use 40% to 45% of the lot size here. Now how we create, now what we're going to do is we're supposed to calculate 60% of 0.45. How we do that is by multiplying it by 60 over 100. Then we're going to quickly pull our calculator here, and we're going to calculate that. So 0.45 times 0.6, that gives us 0.27. Now after we've calculated all this, this is the lot size that we're going to use, 0.27. So we can now go back to our MetaTrader 4, then put our lot size here, then enter our lot size, 0.27. So that's how you calculate the lot size. Now after I've calculated the lot size, we're now going to find the price where we want to enter the trade. Now here, what we're going to do is, for a buy stop, we focus on this number here, the ask price, which is also this one, the bigger number here. So the ask price is 1.127. 1.12710. Then for a buy stop, we're going to be adding 0.00180 to it. Then we're quickly going to calculate that. So 1.12710 plus 0.00180, and that gives us 1.12890. So this is what we're going to be entering on price. This is our entry point. It's our entry point. This is where we want to begin the trade. So after price reaches this point, that's when our broker is going to buy our currency for us. So the number is 1.12890. So we're just going to go to price, then we're going to paste it. So 1.12890. Then after doing that, you can ignore stop loss, you can ignore take profit, you can ignore expiration, and you see this distance here. This is our entry point here. As you can see, price with the line, then there, that's where the ask price is. So after price reaches that point, that's when we'll start buying the currency. So after doing this, we're going to click place. Then after we've set this, we can now go back to our trade and select sell stop, but this time we're going to be subtracting. So I'm going to take note of the bid price this time. The bid price is this one here, this one, which is 1.12684. It's the one that's smaller than the one on the right. So the one on the left, that's the bid price, then the one on the right, that's the ask price. So for sell stop, we're going to be subtracting 180 points from this. So we're going to take note of this. So the bid price is 1.126, 1.12684. Then we're going to be subtracting 0.00180. Then I'm quickly going to calculate that before price moves too much. Okay, then the price will be 1.12504. This is where we'll be entering. So for a sell stop, we'll be subtracting. As you can see here, we've subtracted. So this is the price at which we want to be entered into the trade. Okay, so that's the price. That's the one that we're going to place in MetaTrader 4. So we'll just take note of it. It's 1.125. $1.12504. Okay, then after pasting that price on price, what we're going to do is we're going to ignore stop loss, take profit, expiration, and you see there'll be a distance here. So our entry point is there, then our bid price is there. So this is 180 points below. So after price has moved to this point here, that's where we'll be selling the currency. So after doing that, we're just going to quickly place the order. So as you can see, the orders are here. These are the orders. Okay, now all this is supposed to be done 3 minutes before the event. So if the event is at 16 hours, at 15:57, you're supposed to start placing the orders. Then after you've placed the orders, you're supposed to wait for the event to occur now at 16 hours. Then at 16 hours, you see that one of them will get triggered. Then when it gets triggered, it's going to look like this. It's going to turn red from gray. Like you can see, this number is gray. It's going to turn red, like it's going to become active. That's if one gets triggered, it's going to look like this. Then the moment it turns blue, like it becomes this color here, and it will become positive. The moment it turns blue, you're supposed to close it. Now how you close the trade is by sliding to the left, then clicking on the circle with a check inside, then clicking on close with profit. Right now it's in red, so it's saying close with loss, but when it's in profit, to say close with profit. So after it says close with profit, immediately close that. Then you come back and you close the one that hasn't been triggered. There'll only be one here. There won't be two, there'll be one, because you just from closing the other one. So just close that one, and like that. Then one more thing. When there's an event and you see that none of your orders have been triggered, when you see that 15 seconds have passed, 15 seconds from the time when the event had happened, and none of them have been triggered, that means most likely the event has caused price to move, but price has lost its momentum. Because usually when there's an event, price moves really quickly, but then it loses momentum. It starts stabilizing. Now this usually happens in 15 seconds. So after 15 seconds and you see your orders haven't been triggered, just delete them. Price has lost its momentum, and you haven't made a loss or a profit. So yeah, just delete them. Okay, now before we move on to the next topic, I just want you guys to know that for the easy SNB strategy, only use it for level 3 events. Because these are the least powerful events, and it's also the least powerful strategy, and it gives you protection that when you place an order, no spreads will cause you to lose any money. So if the event doesn't move, you don't make a loss. Are you following? So it gives you security. It prevents you from losing money due to spread. But for the extreme, that one is something else. If the event doesn't move, you still lose money. But if it moves, you make a lot of money. So yeah, this one gives you security. So only be using it for level 3 events. But in your package, if this is the only strategy that's included, you can use it for all events, whether they're in level 1, level 2, or level 3. It's just okay. So this one, you're sacrificing 18 pips. So if an event moves 30 pips, you only profit from 12 pips. That's the thing. So it's our least powerful strategy.